Hi again everyone, I'm back! I'm here to talk about my experiences with the printer that I bought. As you can see, I have makeup on. I'm actually about to go to a 90s theme party, so it's not the usual makeup I wear, but it's okay, I guess. Do I look like I'm from 90s? I also have a little flower pin from Amliora Designs. Thank you so much for that. She's a local artist here in Vancouver, an amazing floral resin artist. So I bought the Epson XP-970 a couple weeks ago and I was super excited with it, and yeah, and I tested it out, and this is not meant to be a tutorial video. It's more of a sharing how I felt about it as someone who has never really owned a printer for art, and someone who's never really set up a printer myself. I also don't know a lot about paper quality, paper type, colors in terms of printing, so this is all new to me. So I'm here to share that. I actually did research before I bought the printer. There were two choices that I had, which is this one, which is the Epson XP-970, and there's another one called the Epson EcoTech 8550, I think. That one's a lot more expensive. I think it's because it's an EcoTech. I heard that it's just better in terms of the amount of printing you can, amount of ink that you can have. But I thought as a beginner myself, I would just go for a budget-friendly one, and I have watched some reviews as well, and it seemed to be a good choice for some. First, I want to talk about the setting up of the printer. I thought it was really easy. There's a step-by-step guide in the box, so I just followed that. And yeah, and then once you turn it on, it'll give you instructions on what to do as well. So that was a good 5-star, 5 out of 5. Another thing I want to talk about is the size of the printer. I have quite a small room to fit all my computer desk, my bed, and even the printer, so I actually had to take out my vanity and put the printer over there. It fits fine, but of course it is taking quite some space. But I think for what it is, I think it's a pretty compact printer, and it's nice. It's a nice size. It's not too big, not too small. It is a printer that can print up to 11 by 17, and it can scan to letter size, so 8.5 by 11. I also bought two types of paper. One is the Epson Premium Presentation Paper Mat. Also heard a lot of reviews of this, and it's also pretty easy to get, for me at least. So yeah, I got that. It has 50 pieces. And then I've also bought the Koala from Amazon. Also from Amazon, it's the inkjet vinyl sticker paper because I also want to make some stickers. So this is more for the illustrations that I want to print, and this is of course for the vinyl stickers. So I did some test prints on this with some previous drawings that I did. At first, I actually did not know that the Epson paper had a front to back because I am a first timer in terms of this. So I actually printed my illustration using the back of the paper without knowing it. And to be fair, I was actually pretty happy with it, I thought. But then I realized the difference once I actually use the front of the paper. There's a huge difference in terms of color. As an artist who uses lots of bright colors, I do need this. So it did pop up my colors more when I used the front of the paper. I also played around with the different types of paper that you can use using the printer settings. I tried the presentation mat first, just because that's the type of paper that I'm using. But then I realized that it had a setting where I could use a best quality, but it doesn't work for presentation mat paper. So I was looking at what paper it uses, and it uses the plain paper. So I really took a risk in using the presentation paper with the plain paper settings just to try out the best quality. I was a little scared because I didn't know if this was gonna break the printer, but I wanted to really try it out. So I did, and it actually didn't turn out too well. I thought it was too saturated. It's not the right color, so I know that I'm not going to use that anymore. So just a context, I want to show this is using the back of the paper, and it's not too bad, but definitely is losing some colors. But this is the front of it that I did not use. It's not too bad though. And this is the front of the paper, so you can see actually the difference here. I don't know if it'll show much on camera. I think you can see the difference already. So this is a lot brighter, a lot smoother than this one. And then lastly, when I tried the best quality with the plain paper using the premium matte paper still, this is what happened. It is really saturated, so we can compare it with, I think, the best one. This is the front of the paper, and this is front of the paper still, but this is using the best quality in plain paper. I'm saying paper a lot. But yeah, that did not work out too well for me. And then I decided to try the sticker paper, the vinyl sticker paper from Koala. And this is the first time when I connected my computer to the printer. I was first printing it through my USB, just because I didn't feel like connecting my computer yet, but this time I tried it. I just used the default photo viewer on my computer, which I think did not work out too well for me. If you guys have a program that you use for printing from the PC, let me know, because this did not work out too well for me, because I'll show you. First of all, the paper always ends up having these lines. So this is the first print. I don't know if you guys can see. There. You can see these lines here. I'm not sure why that is. And also the color is different from the actual drawings. I'm currently using just random drawings that I drew previously. I'm not actually going to sell these or anything, just testing it out. So I have more examples from when I printed it from my PC. This one didn't have any lines for some reason. I don't know, I was playing around with the settings and it just happened to work without the lines, but there's a little bit of miscoloration, if that's a word. But this is supposed to be gray, but it turned out to be more brownish gray. So I'm not really sure why that is. So I definitely need to look into printing from the PC. It seems to not work too well in terms of color. But when I printed it with my USB, it worked pretty well. The colors were accurate, and yeah, it was nice. During this time too, I was actually quite scared into printing so many test prints, just because paper's a little expensive and I know that the test prints I'm not really going to use. So I was a bit scared of using a lot of them, but I thought for quality purposes, for quality check, that I should do it, and it's part of the process. So yeah, test your printer, test your prints, and honestly, I'm glad I did, because there's a lot of issues and a lot of just testing around. In terms of how fast the printing is, I found it a little bit slow. If I am printing multiple illustrations, multiple stickers, it would take a while. I'm not really someone who would print a lot yet, just because of the starting of the business, but in the future, if I do have to print a lot, it would take a bit. But at the same time, I don't really have other printers to compare to, so I don't really know if this is fast or slow for me. I just found it a little slow. I guess I'm also comparing it to the old printers that I use, which only use like regular paper that we use in offices, so it's not much to compare. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with the printer itself. I thought it showed the accurate colors once I found the right setting for it. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping to be able to print the illustrations that I want to sell and the stickers, so cross my fingers that I may be able to produce that soon. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Again, I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think of this printer, if you're looking into it, if you have any tips and suggestions for me in terms of printing from my PC or just anything at all. Let me know. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate y'all. Again, if you're interested in watching me live and do my artwork, or watch me play games, or just hang out with me, you can follow me on Twitch. And if you're interested in seeing my other artwork, you can follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for coming here. See you guys more in other videos. Bye bye!